Thank you very much for your watching. Something by which a Japanese lady calls to talk, this time kindness. After even the same sex negotiates trouble by the story demanded from others. I'd like to do the talk I need. Until the right or wrong end. It sticks and opens, corny. One Tutomu-like request is done to a man. It's that it was told up to now, this is the same sex as well as the opposite sex. But a similar thing is done. And the behavior, revengefulness, which sometimes even develops into a criminal act, a Japanese woman. I have it. To the word which calls this kuremama in Japan. I have that, and though it isn't invited, participates in a meal. I don't pay its meal expenses and return, and it appears selfishly in person's house, a thing is stolen, and if one between the Japanese woman as a problem, even an animation is adoption. Rare. In Japan, where I have a lot of percentages of the full-time housewife in particular, there is a network between the mothers called Mama Tomo. One between the surrounding neighborhood makes the contact important. But I behave myself ridiculously during it. There is also a vicious Japanese woman at the inside. Though it's a full-time housewife to become a problem. Since I keep house neglectedly and leave a child in other houses. I'm going to force the kindness. It's as well as neglect. The profit is others for a Japanese woman of taking. I'll be troubled, but how isn't it that I knew? Then, why will such thing happen? Case Japan says that a man gets the haughty attitude. There is a Japanese woman who points out, but this is old woman and child. There is an aspect made person concluding. It's discriminatory for certain. There is a side, but on the other hand, responsibility isn't loaded a man with. No is fact. An immature lady is responsibility like a man like a child. Even if it's imposed, it's the idea that that is all right. So, everything. To see generously, a Japanese woman as well as a man. I assert my rights, comparatively, I say the woman and child who became a problem formerly. Equivalent she, only convenient time, I insist, I came. Therefore even if a crime is committed a little, a man is endurance. It was to be pressed for. Even if a right is given fairly. Only responsibility was left for a man. Only a man is damage up to now. I have complained, but it's between the Japanese women. It's the situation with which I have trouble each other. Only a right. The evil I keep giving it to which retaliates a Japanese woman. It'll be damaged by the shape that I say so, and I'm out. When a man points that out, it's human rights and human rights again. Since calling repeatedly, a right doesn't separate the body. This is a Japanese woman. It's a Japanese woman that almost all failure and logical consideration are a no. How did everybody seem? Don't also miss time.